Good morning, Colfax, and welcome to the first show of the spring season. I'm joined by Maynard and a great new casting crew. We will be doing bi-weekly shows until we get our new staff ready to tell your stories.
Today, we'll join first-year broadcasting student Gareth Shear as he looks at what goes into making the show. Autania reports on a Tahoe-based experiential school that paid a visit to Colfax, and Mary and Bethany get you caught up on winter sports.
Welcome to the show.
Stinkbug Studios was on campus last Monday shooting free senior portraits. If you got your portrait taken, you're good to go. For all other seniors, your yearbook staff wants to remind you that portraits are due no later than January 31st. You can go to the school website, specifically in the news section, for directions on how to submit your portrait. For those not submitting a picture, the Evergreen team will use your ID card picture.
For many of us, there is no greater joy than putting together a live television show. But joy aside, there is still a lot of details that go into making it work. First-year broadcasting student Gareth Shear has this story on the process.
Every week in Advisory, CTV presents a show providing information and entertainment for all Colfax High School students. The broadcasting class works very hard behind the scenes to deliver quality content. Much goes into producing each show, and Lindsay Tellman, one of the directors in CTV, gave me an overview of the whole process.
So we have 3 different cycles going at a time, at least. There's always the next piece. So the first kind of part is sitting down, coming up with an idea. It's our little, it's like very short, like headline style. So we come up with that. We kind of write a little like package planner. How are we going to do the piece? How are we going to do all this? How are we going to get the B-roll? How are we going to do all that stuff?
After the package planner is approved, they move on to the next stage where they film footage for the piece.
We normally get 2 to 3 interviews per piece. Then we get B-roll. That's mostly the planning done is in the project planner. So then shoot, and then after we shoot, come back, we transcribe the interviews, we cut it all down, and then we write into that so it sounds like one fluid thing.
After the piece is completed, it is checked over and tweaked until it is ready to go onto the show. And at the head of CTV is Mr. Wolf, who overlooks and directs the students.
I have to make sure that each of the directors and each of their departments, news, sports, and productions, all are on track. And in the end, my primary job is to support everybody with whatever they need to be successful.
The broadcasting team faces many challenges and roadblocks, but they always push through to the finish.
We face challenges every production cycle, and that's what's sort of interesting, it is interesting about broadcasting and hands-on live courses, is that you're going to be getting thrown problems all the time, and I can't predict them. So all our training and what we're learning is intended so that we can handle those problems, make adjustments, and ultimately meet our goal, which is to get out a weekly show.
CTV is hard at work hour after hour every day to accomplish their mission.
It entertains, it informs, and it celebrates the Colfax High School community.
Reporting in CTV for CTV, I'm Gareth Shear.
Thank you, Gareth. We appreciate you shedding a little light on the process, and as always, we're grateful to everybody that's willing to share their stories with CTV.
Last Friday, Colfax turned back the calendar for Retro Night, and CTV camera ops captured the action.
The Retro Night crowd brought great outfits and enthusiasm. They were treated to the girls' team putting on a show, resulting in a rout of center and their second league win. After the fight song, the boys took to the floor and got off to a good start. Later in the game, scrappy defense and great effort helped the boys erase a 15-point deficit and nearly catch center for an upset.
Defense! 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 Defense!
concluded with the dance, where win or lose, everybody had a good time.
That was a great night in the nest and at the dance. Seniors, if you haven't already, please check your email and sign up to work the Grad Night Crab Feed, which is this Saturday, January 25th. The Crab Feed is the only fundraiser for the Safe and Sober Grad Night celebration, which is always a senior highlight.
Word of the exciting work happening between our engineering program, their company, Tree Transformation, and the event team spread to a small experiential school based in Truckee, California. I had the opportunity to connect with the Colfax students and the Tahoe Expeditionary School team as they put their heads together to consider solving big problems.
So just to give some background on like wildfires, which typically they burn all of the underbrush in the forest, and obviously since 2016 and then 2017 and then 2018, so fires in California are becoming more and more intense every year, and there's not necessarily more fires per year, but the number of acres burned is higher every year.
Tahoe Expeditionary Academy, an experience-based learning school, brought 11 middle schoolers to our Colfax campus to get a hands-on understanding of the relationship between forestry and woodwork.
We actively are trying to solve some of the world's biggest problems, one of which in our area, of course, in the West, is forest health and climate change and forest fires and wildfires. We designed a course called Healthy Forests with an idea of understanding the problem so we could go do something about it.
A parent of ours named Allison Wolf works in forest restoration and management. She knew about your wood shop teacher and connected us together. And one of our final products that the students are creating for our real world intensive is a wood carving creation that is useful to help use all of the biofuel waste that we need to clear out of the Tahoe forests to make them more healthy.
Mr. Schwartz, our engineering and event team teacher, prepared to show our visitors Colfax's perspective on environmentally conscious solutions to fire severity through undergrowth fuel reduction.
What we plan on showing them is that fire is possibly the greatest threat to everybody in California right now, and we're looking for solutions for that in environmentally responsible ways and efficient ways to get rid of that fuel reduction waste.
It's the methane and the CO2, that difference I never knew about. I knew CO2 blankets our skies, so it causes more problems, but I never thought about the methane.
For taking a shot at solving the world's problems, together with the Colfax Engineering Program, I'm Autania Mierow, reporting for CTV.
It's good to know we are not alone in our commitment to providing students with project-based learning experiences. If you haven't had a chance to start a career pathway at Colfax, it's never too late. Course Preview Day is right around the corner, and you should be thinking about how you want to put your academic learning to the test in engineering, metal, broadcasting, leadership, auto, or one of the off-campus ROP programs, all of which meet the career pathway completion requirement.
Our winter sports teams have been testing themselves in the preseason, and now the league season is heating up. Mierow with Bethany Gadway have this winter sports update.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. This season, I'm joined by my new co-host, Bethany Gadway.
Thank you, Mary. I'm so excited to be back with you this term and continue to cover all Colfax sports.
While everyone was enjoying holiday break with their family and friends, our winter sports teams were working and playing to get ready for the league season.
That's right, and today we are going to update you on everything you missed.
Our boys basketball team has been building their team up to compete in the highly competitive PVL. While Marysville and Center currently are the favorites, our boys are setting their sights on rival Bear River and Lyndhurst to capture key wins and put pressure on those top teams. The boys made it to the championship of the Forest Hill tournament, and over the break they participated in the Lassen tournament. They put in some hard gym time while on break in preparation for their game against Truckee, where they stole the win 57-56 on the road. Junior Benton Stocks is leading the team in scoring and will need to have a big night with his teammates as boys will travel to play Bear River tonight at 7 p.m. in the Lake of the Pines.
Speaking of tough Lady Falcons, at the end of the term, our girls soccer team took final exams and scored a 4-2 win over West Campus on the same day. They took a much-needed mental and physical winter break, but stayed sharp with 5 practices while on holiday. They returned to school on Monday to face Placer. The Lady Falcons fell in the match, but the competition against a much bigger school and a Foothill Valley League contender will pay off later in the season. The girls faced Marysville to open Pioneer Valley League play and came off with a dominating 10-0 win. Their game on Wednesday against Foothill League favorite Center was canceled and rescheduled for tonight. At the time of recording, we did not have a Bear River result, but tomorrow the Falcons face Lyndhurst at home. Kickoff is at 6:15, and this should be a great match as Lyndhurst picked up 5 wins in the preseason and will be competitive. On a different field, but playing the same amazing sport, our boys soccer team has been laying low for the past month, but jumped right into the PVL with the game against Marysville, which they tied. At the time of filming, we did not have a Bear River result, but get ready for their game against Lyndhurst tomorrow at 6:15 on the grass field.
So, Bethany, speaking of winter sports, our snowboard team hit the slopes all break long. They have only had 2 races, and Faith Moore took 2nd place, and Chloe Qualls came in with 6th for the girls, which puts their team on track to defend their league title.
Yes, and on the boys' side, Colfax captured 6 out of the 7 top places in the first league race in the Open Division, with Aiden Montero coming in 2nd, and on the men's varsity team, Tyler Sudgeon, the defending league and state champion, took 1st place, while Zach Samuelson and Dylan Garcia came in 5th and 6th, respectively.
Our alpine ski team also put in time on the mountain over break and competed in 2 races. Corinna Martell, who led the women's team to a state title last year, locked up a 1st place, and Gary Thomas took 9th to lead the boys.
That's our winter sports update, and we look forward to covering the rest of the winter season when we come back in 2 weeks.
Until then, I'm Mary Work for Bethany Gadway, and we will see you in the nest.
Falcons, that's all we have for you today. We're going to turn our attention back to training our amazing new crew of broadcasting students, and we'll see you in 2 weeks with another show. Until then, I'm Lauren Maynard.
And I'm Autania Mierow. Have a good day, Colfax.